Hi, everybody. This is the Plus Side of Nashville. Thank you for joining us. You know, the holidays are here, and everywhere you look, people are out celebrating the season, decorating, shopping, checking names off their gift list. But in the midst of all the celebration, it is important to keep in mind that not everyone feels like celebrating this time of year. It won't feel like Christmas without toys for the children, and some parents just aren't financially able to buy them. On today's show, we want to highlight two amazing organizations that stand in the gap and provide Christmas for families in need: the Last Minute Toy Store and the Salvation Army. The Plus Side of Nashville starts now.
From the News Channel 5 Network, this is the Plus Side of Nashville.
Welcome and thank you for joining us on this special holiday edition of the Plus Side of Nashville. You know, there's no greater gift than seeing a child's face as they open their toys and presents on Christmas morning. Perhaps you grew up always having something under the tree with your name on it. So it may be hard to imagine waking up Christmas morning with no toys, gifts, nothing. Each year, the Davidson County Sheriff's Office partners with the Last Minute Toy Store to help thousands of families in need. And I'm happy to welcome Davidson County Sheriff Daron Hall to tell us more. Welcome to the show, Sheriff Hall.
Good to see you, Tuwanda. Happy to be here.
Well, it's always good to see you. And every time I do, it's always for something positive. And that's the Last Minute Toy Store. It's something near and dear to your heart. And I know all the folks in the Davidson County Sheriff's Office. And in the last 3 years, you unfortunately have not able to be in person just due to the pandemic. But it's your first year back to be able to distribute those toys in person. What does that mean to you?
You know, we all have a story about, I think, what COVID taught us, you know, what we had and we took for granted or whatever. And we had been, you know, working in the Last Minute Toy Store for years, where we got to see people come and drive, or come and shop and see the exchange of that mother who wasn't going to be able to do something for her child and pick that up and shop for her own. And then all of a sudden COVID hits, and instead of shutting the program down, the board of the Last Minute Toy Store and our staff, we met, you know, week on end trying to decide. That year was really weird, if you remember. Do we shut everything off? And so instead of doing that, we came up with a drive-through program where the family would still show up. We would give you your bag full of toys that we had selected for your age group of your children, and you got to go home with something. But to be honest, after years of doing it the other way, it just never really felt as, I guess, the exchange, the visible part of a mother seeing, oftentimes the mother, seeing her children being able to receive gifts that they weren't going to get was just, it's hard to even measure what that really felt like. So happy for a lot of reasons. COVID's behind us for now, we think, but we're opening it back up to the original way, and just can't wait to see the faces again.
It's so wonderful. I volunteered, and I know it's a very important occasion for News Channel 5 employees. It's an organization that we strongly believe in, and we love seeing, these are brand new toys, aren't they, Sheriff? Yes. These are not like used toys. These are new toys going home with these families.
Yeah, you know, I did this on my own a few months afterwards, just a couple of years back, and just to kind of put it in perspective, it's somewhere over $500,000 worth of toys, and you just think about, and I'm not, and by the way, that's, you know, over 7,000 kids were able to receive something last year that they wouldn't have been able to do that. Just to think about our community and how needy it is. This is the Last Minute Toy Store because they're not being, you know, really served by other nonprofits right now, and they've fallen through the cracks, and so that's what we wanted to be, is the catch-all at the end. And so just to think how many are missing these other programs, and so now there's still that much of a need, and the quality of the gift, and I think the family member walking through that, you know, warehouse and seeing it looks like Santa's
a department store
yeah,
and something like that. It's all these toys laid out for them just to pick and choose from, and as volunteers you get to walk around and in some instances help them pick them out.
So I've had my family, it's funny, I have an 83-year-old mother, and she volunteers every year and didn't get to do it with COVID, and she says, I missed it so much because I love being able to kind of help shop for the mother or the father who's trying to buy something or get something, and they wouldn't have had the money to be able to buy it, and to see that, you know, and I see it myself. You just see the face light up, and they walk in this huge building, and you're thinking, oh my goodness, here's the 11-year-old girls, and here's the 10-year-old boys, and pick something out for your child. And I don't know, it's one of the warmest, and I've done a lot of volunteer work over the years. It's one of the more rewarding experiences for the volunteers that are helping. It really is pretty impactful.
And you talked about the fact that you have the toys laid out in categories and things of that nature. What age range of children do you serve, and then what kinds of gifts do you need specifically for them?
Yeah, you know, and it's always been interesting to me. They are sorted by age group, girl and boy, clearly all the way up through teenagers. And one of the more challenging things, I think, is the teenager age group, because of the, you know, what they may want, or what a difficult, as I raised to myself, how difficult that is to shop for. So we actually use gift cards in that age group. And so all the way up through 18 years old, the gift cards for $20 can be purchased and then brought to us. We collect money throughout the year, and we use that money to go buy multiple gift cards. And then bicycles have always been a really attractive gift. One of the things I love to watch is to see those bikes and all these, you know, the little training wheels on them, and from every age group. So really up until 18 years old, the only thing that really matters is you must be a Davidson County resident. You must live in Davidson County to be serviced. And but other than that, the children, there are no questions asked. No, we're not interested. The sheriff's office partnered with them years ago. We turn our entire operation into what feels like a huge Santa store, and I just can't wait to see it. It's something, and we've missed it for the last 3 years because of the way that it's having to be handled. So we're excited. I can't wait to hopefully put some more joy in the families in Nashville.
Oh, you've done it for so many years. So how can families, you know, I know there's a deadline for them to be able to sign up for the program. How can they go about, you know, putting their name in the hat for this Last Minute Toy Store?
Yeah, please do. Go on to lastminutetoystore.com, all one word, lastminutetoystore.com, and it'll guide you through the whole process. And the bottom line, and we mentioned it a minute ago, the bottom line is we're looking for the person who is not being served by any other nonprofit. Those are great programs. I've been around Nashville all my life, and Angel Tree to, I mean, I can name hundreds of different great programs. But the idea of this 29 years ago was Last Minute Toy Store was for that, we don't have anything. We weren't served by any other program. And so, and you would think and you would hope that number would be dwindling. But with the growth of Nashville and all the needs, it's growing. And so we've seen it go in my time there from, you know, hundreds of people to now 7,000 something kids last year. So who knows, it's going to grow again. And there's good news in the fact that we have all these new toys we collect year round. I have to tell the story. I had a dear friend of mine. I got sworn in for a new term just a few weeks back, and the judge who swore me in, Phil Smith, fantastic young man, and swore me in on a Thursday for my new term. He passed away in his sleep 48 hours later. And just you know, a really good man, a good person. And so I was driving down the road about 3 weeks ago, and the phone rang, and this was back in September when he passed away. The phone rang, and it was his family, and they said he had money left over in his campaign account, and that money is usually turned over to nonprofits, and so he would want to give it to whoever you said. I said, send that to Last Minute Toy Store. So they wrote the checks to Last Minute Toy Store, and just you know, it's because the money is used to then buy gifts and do things. There's all sorts of different donations throughout the year. We wear casual clothes on certain days of the week and raise money, and that's throughout the year. But in the meantime, you know, we're building this volunteer base to help. As you've seen, it's a machine. It's a machine. It's amazing. And so because there's a lot of people who need it.
Absolutely.
And I'm often conflicted with this city has got so many things going well for it, and then you see how many people are in need. And so you feel good that we're helping. You hope one day it's not needed, but right now it's serving an invaluable service.
It really is. Well, what a wonderful legacy your friend left behind.
Wow.
That is such a special thing for the family to do, and I know he would be so proud of all the great work that you're all doing over there. Well, we got to take a break.
All right.
And when we come back, another program, we'll talk more about that. Stay with us.